G.E.E.K 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 G.E.E.K.
We're here.
Hey, I can't believe we finally made it. That seemed like it was quite a long journey, but now we are here. What do we do?
I say we do the tourist thing.
Touristy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Hasenkamp Incorporated.
We're gonna do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. Read us any rule, we'll break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. Nothing's gonna turn us back now. Straight ahead and on the track now. We're gonna make our dreams come true. Doing it our way. There is nothing we won't try. Never heard the word impossible this time. There's no stopping us. We're gonna do it. On your mark, get set, and go now. Got a dream and we just know now. We're gonna make that dream come true. And we'll do it our way, yes, our way. Make all our dreams come true. And we'll do it our way, yes, our way. Make all our dreams come true.
Wait a minute. 5 to 6.
Uh-oh.
Nick Spencer and Frazer Irving doing signing in 5 minutes.
Let's go.
It's the wrong way, Reg. It's that way. Right, we're here at Forbidden Planet in London with Frazer Irving and Nick Spencer. They just released the new graphic novel of Bedlam. Someone want to give us a bit of a kind of intro of what exactly it's about, just for anyone who's not read it? Let's go with the writer himself.
Yeah, of course. Bedlam is the story of Fillmore Press, who was once a serial killer and criminal overlord known as Matter Red. He was eventually brought to justice and through a series of events is rehabilitated and 10 years later is released back out into the public without the public having knowledge of who he used to be. And it's all about his new life and his attempts to help make up for the things that he's done in the past.
Okay. And we're at about 6 issues at the minute, so is there a set arc for this? Do you think this is something that's going to go on, or do you have an ending planned?
Yeah, I have an ending planned, but not for a long time, hopefully.
Awesome. So you're hoping this is going to keep going?
Yeah, certainly hope so. You know, it's intended as an ongoing. So
I see quite a lot online the same sort of question for Morning Glories. Let's hold on a sec.
Amazing.
we have to leave.
Yeah. It's just,
we're here outside for a bit of planning.
we'll be in a minute. Bit of wind noise on the mic. Yeah, I see quite a lot of that question for Morning Glories, like when's the ending? Surely people don't want it to end, but you get a lot of comparisons with the likes of Lost, which, they quite early on said this is going to be 6 seasons. Have you got that sort of idea planned for Morning Glories, or would you like to just go on and on and on and on and on?
No, Morning Glories is a book that has to have a little bit more of a fixed ending. Now, in terms of where exactly that falls, we're not entirely sure, but it'll end somewhere between 100 and 150, somewhere in that range.
Okay, we've got a few more seasons to go.
Yeah, definitely. We're just getting started.
Okay, and Frazer, you've done a lot of work for pretty much all the different publishers, DC, Marvel. Do you have a kind of a preference on normally who, is any easier than others to work with? Do any give you kind of...
New publishers?
Yeah.
Not really. It depends on the project and the people I'm working with, not necessarily the publisher, because they've all got their pros and cons. Like, for instance, some of them, the financial rewards are slightly better, but then the intercompany politics might not be. Some offer more freedom, some people just have more work. It's nice to kind of vary it, I have to say. because I think if I stay in one place too long, I kind of get too used to their ways, and then if something changes, if editorial changes or the executives change, it can shock everyone all the way down the chain.
Yeah.
So I like to refer to myself as a free agent, although I do think some people see me as a bit of a stray. I don't care either way. It's there's no chain around my neck, so I'm quite happy about that.
Okay, and obviously with the likes of DC and Marvel, I guess you're normally working with established characters. Where you move on to something like Image, a lot of the create your own stuff, it's more you get to maybe create the looks of the characters a little bit more. Which do you generally find more enjoyable? Because I guess when you were younger, you might have been into reading Spider-Man and the likes, and you get to play in their kind of playground.
When I was a kid, it was the X-Men, and I'm drawing the X-Men now, so therefore that is kind of nerve-wracking, but also it's kind of coming home. Because most of the characters I have drawn in the past, I never read as a kid. I didn't really care about Batman. So when I came to it fresh, from a very unemotional point of view. The X-Men is slightly different. But yeah, working with franchise characters is always difficult in the respect that the characters have been designed in a certain way that plays to other people's strengths, not necessarily mine. So I have to have a certain amount of compromise and try and slightly change the way they look to suit me. With Image, and with the other independents like Boom, who I work with, the creative freedom is definitely one of the pros, because especially when Nick wanted me to do the covers, it was such an open canvas. I was expecting an awful lot more controlling dictates like I did from DC or Marvel or other publishers, and then it was just do what you want, and it was like, okay, brilliant. And it isn't a case of just filling it with more stuff. It was more a luxury to be able to leave stuff out, just leaving all the colours out of it. With the Bedlam covers, it was really a case of making it look as different as it possibly can from all the other work I do. Because if my only contribution is going to be the covers, they have to be distinctive. They can't just be more illustrations. But to be perfectly honest, each job has to be taken on its own merits. I can't... If I had to choose between doing the independent stuff or doing the work for hire with big corporate bosses, it would be a very difficult choice to make. Because for every plus, there's a con in every aspect. And, ideally, you just want your career to kind of constantly be changing and evolving, so that when you hit 85 or 150, you don't realise you've actually been doing it that long, because it's always been changing.
Right. Okay. Same question. Do you like kind of just working with your own sort of characters? You're obviously a little bit more within creating the world, but would you rather kind of work on the things like Secret Avengers?
Yeah, no, I mean, my career has always sort of had a foundation of work that I own and creator-owned work and characters that I created. But I love working at Marvel. They've been fantastic to me, and I have a really good relationship with a lot of the editors there. And to get to play with those toys and work on those characters that you grew up with, it's a blast.
Let's hold on one sec.
Seriously. Get out.
Well, that's that's our cue. I just want to ask one more thing. Back to Morning Glories, if you don't mind. Obviously, this week the fans have kind of dubbed it Morning Glories Week. Yeah. We're coming up on the significant date, the 4th of May. How do you feel about that? It's one of the really big kind of fan favourite comics I've found. There's a really strong kind of fan community with it.
That book has one of the most die-hard involved fan bases of any book in comics. I think it's incredible, and I feel just so lucky to have that. It makes working on the book just so much more fun. And this Morning Glories Week thing was entirely their idea. Absolutely. They came up with it, and they've run with it, and I can't tell you how rewarding it is as an experience to be a part of a book like that.
What brought me to it in the first place was the covers are very, very deceiving. Sure. And that's what the amount of people that I've been sitting there reading one of the books, and they've been like, "What on earth are you reading?" And then you flick to page 7, and you've got someone's hand rematerializing in a head. You're like, oh, okay, interesting.
Like that, yeah. Absolutely.
But that's brilliant. Just the last thing, do you want to plug your little contest you've got going as well? I saw you announced on Twitter.
Yeah. No, we just had today Image first editions of Morning Glories and Bedlam 1, which are $1 reprints of the first issues, and we have a contest that says whoever gets their friends to try it, whoever purchases as many copies for the friends and takes pictures with them, we'll name a character in the book after them. So, and it won't be a lame character. It won't be somebody that dies on the second page. It'll be something good. So, so I'm excited to see how that plays out. And yeah, the deadline for that is June the 1st.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks very much. Really good to meet you guys. Thanks. Look forward to reading the book.
G.E.E.K 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 G.E.E.K